Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the podcast of the century, The Truth, the Lies, and the Lessons. I'm the one and only Kenny Talk, and we're going to hang out in here for a minute before we get things started. Let's do it. I hope everybody is having a pretty cool Sunday night because that's what date this is being streamed on Sunday night. Normally, we do stream on a weekday, particularly a Tuesday or a Thursday. But in our world, we know we got to be agile, we got to be flexible, and we got to make sure that we stay ready so we won't ever have to get ready. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank everybody for taking the time out and listening to last the last show on soulmates. It definitely tugged at at the heartstrings of many people. The feedback was great, and we're committed to keeping it going. For those that may not be aware, or this is your first time listening, this is The Truth, the Lies, and the Lessons, the only podcast that provides you with a lesson where we talk relationship talk every single time we touch the mic. You know, there ain't no other talk around everything else people talk about. I let them have that lane. I let them have that. We take the time out to discuss relationships. And we do it from three different perspectives. We break down the truth, the lies, and the lessons about subject matter that many people talk about, go through, or experience situations and circumstances around relationships. So, in a nutshell, that's what we do, and we do it to the best of our ability. We make sure we continue to bring it every single time we touch the mic. So, are y'all ready to get this thing started? Before I do, I want to take the time out to thank all of our, I would say, future sponsors that we know that's gonna get a chance to be a part of what we do. I want to give a shout out to all of our future guests that will be blessing the microphone and coming on with us to build and help just add to the platform, right? For those that do not know me, I'm true to it. I ain't new to it. It's the one and only published author, Kenny Talk. And I've been doing this for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. I'm true to it. I ain't new to it. This is the book right here. This book has been out for a while, but it's I like to consider this the cornerstone of what I do. And it's called The Truth That Tears Us Apart, The Lies That Keep Us Together. And you can go out and get this book on Amazon.com. You can go out and get the book on look at this old picture. You can go out and get it on booksamillion.com or um, barnesandnoble.com. Some everywhere. Quick download. You know, it's a great read. And this book really um, touches on why I do what I do and where I came from with doing what I do. So let me let everybody come on into the classroom because that's what this is like. Break out your pens, your pads, your rulers, and your calculators because there's definitely going to be a need at times to take notes. There's definitely going to be a need for you to break out your ruler and measure what I'm saying. And at times, you're going to have to break out your calculator to calculate what I'm saying. This is the truth, the lies, and the lessons. And we're going to do a real quick roll call, right? Roll call, class. Come on in and have a seat. I see you coming in. Um, are the truthers present? Raise your hand, all of the truthers. And what are the truthers? They are the ones that are not afraid to accept what they know to be true through their experiences, and not just hearsay, not just what's popular. And the comfort seekers, are you present? Right? Okay. We got quite a few comfort seekers. And what are comfort seekers? They're the ones that really accept um everything that's out there already, the call of the day, the phrase of the day, the narrative that's already there. It's easy because they like to situate themselves right in that comfort of what everybody else believes. And last but not least, where are the learners? The learners, are y'all present? Well, I see that each of you, whether which side of the room you're sitting on, truthers to the left, comfort seekers to the right, or whatever, the learners are what we all must be. And that's what we want to turn everybody to, because our show definitely brings forth learning and we give you a lesson, right? So, um, if y'all don't mind, we're going to go ahead and get this thing started. I'm the one and only Kenny Talk, and I need you to understand something as we get into the topic today. Now, in order to understand anything, you must understand that everything has a process. And one of the most overlooked processes that we have today and have always had is the breakup process. This is a direct impact to the reason why so many relationships fail. You cannot master staying together without understanding the process of breaking up. You know what I'm saying? There are a few things that consistently happen in failed relationships that we pay little attention to, which causes us to repeat the same mistakes. You know, these behaviors present themselves very early in courtship, dating, or in looking and finding a connection. When you don't understand this process, it make many believe that the reason that they broke up with their ex to be something that it actually wasn't. I'm about to give you the truth, lies, and lessons around the breakup process. The breakup process from three different perspectives, right? Number one is what you're used to hearing, right? Is what you're used to hearing is that which is widely accepted, you know, because that's just what we used to hearing. Number two is going to be around what I'm introducing you to, right? I'm going to be introducing you to a truth. Now, this truth is backed up by personal and well, I'll say experiences, as well as factual things that we see right before our eyes every day, but yet still we choose not to accept it because of that which what we're used to hearing. It's not what we're used to hearing, right? And last but not least is the lesson. Come on, walk with me, ladies and gentlemen, as we glide through today's discussion. It's the truth, the lies, and the lessons. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I want to welcome everybody to another great episode. This is episode 3 of what is going to be the best relationship talk show out there, because it's going to sit in that space of making sure you walk away with a lesson. The goal is for you to walk away with a lesson, right? And we like to start with, let's like I say, um, 3 different aspects that we're going to break today's live discussion down with the syllabus that we have. 3 subjects: what you're used to hearing, what I'm about to introduce you to, and what's the lesson, Kenny Talk, that you want to bring to the listeners that you want to bring to the people, right? So let's start with what you're used to hearing around the breakup process. It's a process, you know what I'm saying? So people are in a relationship. Many of us are in relationships right now that are currently in their breakup process and we don't even know it, right? So I want to start with some of the things that many people believe causes the breakup, right? Or puts them in a process. And when they continuously look for these things, it's almost if it's like a distraction. It's almost if it's misdirection. You miss exactly what's right in front of you when it's actually happening. Because if you're at a process of feeling like, hey, man, I think I need to leave this person, you have to understand that the process has already started, you know. So let's get it started. All right, everybody, let's start with what we like to call the lies or that which you are used to hearing. Okay. When it comes to breaking up, we all believe that at times people stop doing what they did to get you in the first place. When people stop doing what they did to get you, then all of a sudden that means that it's time to break up with them, or this is reasons why we break up, right? When we show them the real us, you know how they say when you show somebody the real you, you bet when someone shows you their real self, you must believe them. Don't fight it, right? These are reasons that we hear all the time, right? All right. When people revert back to their old ways. How many of you have ever been in a relationship with a person that showed you their old ways? That you guys talked through their old ways and they committed to changing. They made a change. The relationship pursued, it happened, and you guys got a chance to, of course, get together. And then all of a sudden they started reverting back to those old ways, which made you feel like the relationship needed to be over. Right. This is a reason that many people believe relationships end or what have you, or the breakup happens, right? When they break their promise of exclusivity, right? We all want to be in a relationship where it's monogamous, one-on-one, no one else involved, okay? And if you're entertaining people on the outside, a lot of times this happens, and guess what it does? It makes the relationship end, right? Or well, the people, or the next one is going to be people listening to people on the outside, right? When you listen to people on the outside of the relationship, these are things that actually some of the most common reasons why relationships end, and these are the ones that we focus on, which is that final point when that's it, I'm done. And you have to understand when that process, I'm sorry, when that point of time comes, ladies and gentlemen, class, guess what? It's already too late. That means that it already started happening. Class is in session right now, and we're going to move directly to what we call the truth, man. And the truth part is that which I want to introduce to you. I want to introduce to you a different way of thinking. I want to introduce to you today something that we really, really miss out on as it happens right up under our nose. And we don't even know it, right? And we don't even know it. Yeah. And I said to myself, this is it's gonna sound familiar to some of you out there. It is. Let's start. The number one overlooked thing that happens during the breakup process is you start to consume and control. You start trying to consume and control. Right from that point. At first it sounds, it feels kind of cute. It looks kind of cute. We wear it well. Because jealousy and insecurity looks different within the first 30 days of us getting to know each other. I mean, it's actually kind of cute that they kind of jealous and they really want you all to themselves, right? But if you fast forward 6 months in, a year in, those same jealousies, those same insecurities, for some strange reason, are going to be multiplied. And it ain't going to be cute then. It's going to create an environment that's going to start the breakup process. You heard it here first. Check it out. When men try to prove that they don't have options to women that want men to believe that they do have options. Opposite ends of the spectrum right there. Right? Men tell women, I'm not dealing with anyone else. I'm single. And I'm just trying to get to know you. I want to be with you. Only you. Women lay it out straight up. Hey, if this is true, prove it. Never really getting too deep into who they're talking to and who they're entertaining. But they do subconsciously want you to know or put off a vibe that you're not the only option. So you got to step it up. So once we are on both ends of the spectrum, it starts the breakup process. Yeah. Y'all heard it here first. When we make long-term decisions too quickly based off of short-term vibes that we get. When you know for a fact, 2 weeks in, I know I want to be with this person. This is the person. And I'm going to put it out there. You just don't know that the breakup process has already started. It has, yeah. The lack of respect. Who? Right, listen. If any guy is in a situation to where he don't feel respected, to where he don't feels built up, to where he don't feel like you got his back, to where he don't feels like you're willing to serve, you're creating an environment that starts the breakup process. The breakup process starts, ladies and gentlemen. And what does this look like? A lot of times it's the man's fault. Because men go after women that make it clear that they are to be served, that they must comply, that the man must adjust, flex, clean up his act, cut people off, move away from his old ways, just to be with her. And when all these moves get made, and going back to the first one of the other ones I said, that respect is not there. It causes an environment where the process has started already. You know what I'm saying? So what happens? Because what happens? When we have that need to be served, looked out for, going unfulfilled, we start hanging around or reaching out to or kicking it with chicks that will. The infamous side chick. And then the inevitable happens. she finds out. When you allow other or outside influences to convince you that you can do better, ladies. When one small thing happens that you don't like, or somebody else is in your ear. Once you start to open your ear, once you start to listen, he won't love you like I'll love you. He won't treat you like I treat you. She won't look out for you like I'll look out for you. The breakup process has begun. And last but not least, women like to apply pressure with looks, shapes, how pretty they are. A lot of superficial things cause a guy to be under a certain pressure to make him comply. Once a woman sees that pressure starts to wear off, she starts to fall back because the breakup process has begun. Man, listen. These are truths that we don't really hear about a lot. They're not accepted as much because they're not really talked about. We always hear the daily word. So I want to thank you guys for the first part of the class. We got the truth and the lies. The truth, that which is not accepted as much, but there's a lot of factual information as well as experiences that back it up. The lies, that which is widely accepted, yet don't yield the results that you would want. You know what I'm saying? That's the key that I wanted to touch on today. Now, I never, ever do a show without bringing a little bit of poetic justice to the game. So let me drop in some poetic justice, man. And I want you guys to feel this because I wrote this for you. I wrote this for the people out there, and it goes down when I'm on the microphone. Yes. Yeah. This is my little bit of spoken word that I dedicate to the listeners that helps contribute to the lesson of tonight. Poetic justice. Very few of us pay attention to this process when two lovers start to drift apart. We only focus on our emotional state and our reactions when the person that you trusted breaks your heart. Wow. You heard that. And when you fail to identify the behaviors that take place, we all know what happens. We create a vicious cycle, meet, date, sex, split, going from infatuation to wishing. Now, some people feel relieved. Some people are unbothered. But for the most part, people are angry and depressed. Most people are damaged, bitter, emotionally unstable, and should walk around with a warning sign hanging from their necks. Slow down. Take your time. Reflect and heal. Okay? I'm gonna do a whole show on healing, y'all. Stay tuned, coming, right? The comedian Chris Rock actually said it best. What did he say? He said that if you've been in a relationship for 10 years, let's just say, that ended, you have to understand or overstand that relationship breakup process started 5 years in. You spend half of a relationship in the breakup process. Because contrary to what we believe, dating itself, the art of it, the act of it, it teaches you how to fall back. It teaches you how to meet someone, how to get them to like you, have fun with them, and then slowly but surely start to pull back when things don't look the way you want them to look. We do a great job at that. So that brings us to the part of the show that I like to call the lesson, right? And many of us listen to so many different podcasts. They listen to so many different talk radio and things of this nature. And the main information that is thrown around is just that information. You know what I'm saying? We really just lean in on information. We talk about this, we talk about that, right? But when you walk, well, when the listener walks away, they don't walk away with a lesson. So if I was to sum up tonight's message with a lesson, if I was to sum the lesson up into one word, it would be friends. Right? Because I know y'all have heard a lot of people say, I've even said it before a long time ago, that if you're going to be in a relationship with someone, you got to be friends. Right? But when you define the word friend, let's do that real quick. Listen. A friend is defined as a person you have a bond of mutual affection for. A bond of mutual affection. Okay? A bond is a shared feeling, interest, or experiences. Affection, gentle feeling of fondness or likeness, right? Now, when we feel we are not feeling a person, or the person is not feeling you, or if you don't like the feeling that that person makes you feel, if we don't feel a bond of mutual affection, then we don't get the feeling that you are dealing with a friend. Not many of us hang around people that we don't have a gentle feeling of fondness or likeness for, or a shared feeling of interest and experiences, right? Did you know that when you are being told what you don't want to hear, or held accountable for what you do or say, or even, you know what, when you don't want to accept what a person is giving off, the energy that they're giving off, you just don't want to accept it right now, right? I don't want to accept what a person is giving off. This can happen in relationships with the person that you are with. Now, does it mean that you don't belong with that person? Nah, it just happens, right? There are times and disagreements that we're made to feel this by our significant other, right? We made to feel like this. And we take this as a sign to fall back. We take this as a sign that we're being attacked, right? All because you don't feel that they are a friend to you. So before I even say someone needs to be friends, I need to understand what your definition of friend is. Because if you're looking for that gentle feeling of fondness or likeness, there's going to be times in our relationship that I'm not going to give you that, right? If you're looking for this forever shared feelings of interest and experiences, sometimes it ain't going to be shared. I'm going to be over here and you're going to be over there when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, our interest, right? Many of us need to redefine what it means, right? When your lover is irritating your mood or disrupting your peace at times, because that's what happens, you know what I'm saying? It does not always mean that the relationship is not going to work, especially at the first sign of an issue Walking away seems to be perceived as the smart thing to do, but it could be also, you know what I'm saying? It could also expose a sign of weakness, disloyalty, and just unfaithfulness, right? Many people can't get along or have healthy conflict resolution methods because of the overwhelming need for people to be in agreement with us. If we're not in agreement with each other, we feel like it's an attack. If I have an opinion, it feels like, and it's opposite of yours, then we take that as you're trying to attack us, right? You're trying to hate on us. You cannot be this definition of friends to get through the years together, because relationships can be tough. Relationships can be muddy, right? And if you're looking for something that you can be in where your suit stays clean or your matching outfits don't get no stains on them, then you have to understand that being in a relationship with someone is going to be tough for you. That's a school you got to graduate from before you're able to be in a relationship where you live in the same home and try to manage others' wants, needs, and personalities as they continue to evolve. Homework. Break out your pads and pens. You're going to need this real quick. I got some homework for you real quick. Now, if you're currently in experiencing the things that we discuss right now in a relationship and you experiencing this stuff, it means that you're already in the breakup process. So instead of falling back, instead of allowing the relationships to go to the inevitable ending, if you feel like it's worth it, outside of this stuff that I just said, if you feel like it's really worth it, I want you to come up 3 ways to pull yourself and your mate out of this process. Because the truth, the lies, and the lessons is about relationship empowerment, right? If it's worth it, let's stop it from happening. I want to thank y'all for listening tonight to the truth, the lies, and the lessons. And remember, you got to make sure that you keep your eyes open at all times to the things that take place during the breakup process, man. The breakup process is real. You could be in it right now and not even know it. Well, you know it now because you just listened to the truth, the lies, and the lessons. I want to thank everybody for listening out there. Make sure you go on all podcast platforms to get the truth, the lies, and the lessons. On our next show coming up, we will be getting into the truth, the lies, and the lessons around self-love. It's 2022, ladies and gentlemen, and many of us we speak a lot about self-love. I hear a lot of people talking about self-love in a manner that it's not suiting you, the listener, because you continue to listen to these shows, but yet and still you don't walk away with a lesson. It's the truth, the lies, and the lessons. And we talked about the breakup process today. I do this for you. I do this for the people. Thank you for listening. Class dismissed.